Oh, how would magic users be policed and like regulated? Because at Earth, in particular, it is a contemporaneous setting in Earth. There is magic. It is largely secretive until stuff happens and it becomes not secretive. It's kind of hidden world until it's not. As far as the actual like magic community goes, the world is divided into separate territories. So there are the white magic territories, which are affiliated with the White Council, and yes, they are just as toxic and racist and problematic as you'd expect them to be. This is the same council of like 20 wizards who put a big seal over everyone's magic about 500 years ago and monopolized all of magic for 500 years. Are the black magic territories, which are a far looser definition of territories that are basically ruled over by whatever organizations are not affiliated with the White Council territories and are generally considered not nice places to be. These are generally thought of as like the evil magic users territories, where you might have like one evil kind of lich kingy sort of a person ruling over a particular city's nightlife or like the magical underworld or whatever. Why is that tolerated? We'll get around to that. Then there are the vampires, because they're the most populous of the kind of meta-humans. There is the Night Council territories and the Blood territories. Now, the Night Council are the good vampires, and they're generally quite chill. Vampires don't have to feed on human blood in this setting. They still consider, like, feeding on human blood as, like, cannibalism. They don't do that, except when they're the Blood. Blood are the bad vampires. These are the ones that have been given every opportunity to not feed on humans and be cannibalistic weirdos. But for some reason, there seems to be like a pretty fine, like a pretty distinct line between like vampires that are actually pretty chill and like kind of vampire supremacist. We're going to feed on all humans because it's our unholy right or whatever. You got the kind of chill vampires and you got the fascist vampires, and honestly, like you'd think that there's more in between. There's not actually that much in between. You've got the grey territories. These are territories that are either managed by groups of mages unaffiliated with the White Council, wolves, other kinds of metahumans and stuff like that. The Night Council and the grey territories tend to have each other's backs. The Whites have manipulated. Monopolized magic enough that they don't really need anyone to have anyone's back. Why is there this territory system? Why are we kind of just letting there be, like, clearly that's a bloody evil mage over there? Why do we let him? Because demons are really, really bad in this setting. There's the demon hunters, the exorcist and ghost killers, and there are the witch hunters. Now, here's the thing. The super bad forbidden kinds of magic are bad enough that there are organizations specifically designed to help hunt them down. And here's the thing. You can be an evil wizard who's like doing a bunch of shady shit. However, if you mess with these three things, everyone's going to fucking kill you. If you're messing around with demons, if you're messing around with the hunt, if you're messing around with certain kinds of other kinds of magic, the demon hunters are just going to come in, the demon and the witch hunters are going to come in and it's going to fuck your shit up. The reason is, for example, with the demons are that bad. Demons are constantly trying to get into the world. They are constantly trying to open a hell portal and drag all of the earth into hell. When I say hell, I don't mean like a biblical sort of thing. I mean a dimension of endless, where you can only feel hatred and everyone will rip each other's eyes out. This is a constant and real threat, which means the demon slayers and demon hunters have to be able to work everywhere in the world. If anyone gets in their way, they're done for. Which means even the blood vampires, even the really bad mages, as long as they can keep their territory, as long as they can work with the demon slayers, with the witch slayers, or take care of that stuff themselves, usually just leave it to the demon slayers. As long as they don't fuck with regular humans and they're not fucking with the wrong kinds of magic, you can kind of be king of your little hill. You can announce, hey, we'd like to go to war with this other dark mage sort of an organization. There is a lot of like people getting fucked over by the order of things because the consequences of chaos and demons getting in is so much worse that as long as you are able to hold your territory and keep all of the particularly nasty things from getting in, you can be king of your hill. However, if the demon hunters come in and say, hey, we've detected some demonic energy, we need to get in there and stop that, and you say no, the entire world will, and because they've been waiting to, they've been looking for an excuse to, they will absolutely level anyone you have ever met. So each territory's magic underground will ultimately police itself or ultimately manage itself. And a lot of really nasty stuff is absolutely tolerated, hence where the stories come in. I'm not like advocating for this kind of a system. I'm saying that it's a good place to write a story in. Because evil people were always going to do evil shit, but in this way, even the evil people are making sure that no one's doing something colossally stupid. The main thing is, in this setting, there is some shit that you cannot touch. There is some shit that we do not fuck with. And it turns out that the best way of trying to get people to not fuck with the shit that you really just cannot be allowed to fuck with is by letting them be king of the little hill, which ultimately responds in a bunch of bullshit. Like, there are still, like, some of the older vamps and so on that remember what happened last time someone fucked with the shit you really can't fuck with. Now, there are, of course, a bunch of things like one evil organization, one like Black Magic territory, doing a bunch of ironically named Black Flag operations in another Black Magic territory to try and pretend that they've been, preying on the regular humans and stuff like that, or messing with the kind of stuff that you're not meant to mess with, to give themselves opportunities to kind of, if the demon hunters think that you're fucking with them, that's not going to go well with you. If the demon hunters and the witch hunters think that you are using them against your whatever, that doesn't go well. And like, of course, there's like a lot of politics and like deal making and like everyone doing shady deals under the. If anyone, don't do that with the demon hunters and the witch hunters. That's a bad plan. Also, there's a rabbit. Don't fuck with him either. He can dig holes real good. Entire cities.